Hello, hi, hi everyone. Hi everyone, welcome to a new live stream. How's it going? I hope you're doing well. Hola, hola a todos, bienvenidos a un nuevo video, a un nuevo en vivo. ¿Cómo están? Espero que estén muy bien. So, welcome guys. I see already people on the live chat, KS and Mr. Steven X. Welcome, welcome. Today we're going to talk about 50 opposite words. So I would say you're gonna learn a total of 100 different words in Spanish. So that's pretty cool. You know, opposite words is like saying good, bad, fast, slow. So that's a very fun thing to do when learning a language. It's good to learn opposite words. Hello, Supriya. Welcome. Hola. So before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and also click on the bell icon so you can get notified every time I live stream. Also, I want to give a big shout out to our members, to our Cafecito members, Brianna Lee, Ruby Brockenberry, Christopher Michael, William Lopez, David Beaver, KS. Thank you guys for the coffee. It's delicious. El cafecito está delicioso. Thank you so much for the support. If you like what I do, you can also get a membership on this channel. You only need to click on the join button down below. You can check out the perks and also the fee that is less than $3. So you're basically just buying me a cup of coffee every month. So if you get a chance, please take a look. Thank you so much. Okay, remember that I'm live streaming, so if you want to use the live chat, please subscribe because only subscribers can use the live chat. Excellent. Let's get started. Let's do it. Oops. Let's do it. I need to do this and let's do it. So yeah, today's Spanish lesson is about opposite words. I explained a second ago what they're about. So you can increase your Spanish vocabulary with this. It's going to be a longish lesson, so get comfortable because we're going to talk about many different words. We're going to learn mostly adjectives and some verbs, a few verbs. So yeah, it's a little bit of everything, mostly adjectives and verbs. Okay. So the first, we have 4 sets of words. So yeah, quite a few words. So the first one is, oh, you can see it now. Largo. What does this mean? Largo means long. Okay. So it means long. When something is long, actually, I have another set. I forgot. There's a word above that one, above largo. So the first one is sí. Sí, that's technically the first one. Sorry, guys. Sí, you know what this means. Sí is very, very basic and it means yes. Sí, yes. Remember that in Spanish, we have sí with an accent mark and sí without an accent mark. This one has an accent mark on top of the letter I, and it means yes. The other one without the accent mark means if. Okay, so just remember that. That's pretty basic. The pronunciation is the same. Sí, sí. Accent mark, no accent mark. So the same pronunciation. You only need to add the accent mark. Don't worry about the pronunciation. Sí means yes. No is the opposite, and that means no. No. Okay? So the pronunciation is pretty much the same in English and in Spanish. I think in English you say it more like no. No. In Spanish is no. Okay? So it's a bit shorter. No. No. Okay? So just remember that. Sí, yes, no, no. Okay, so very easy. That's the first 2 words. Oops, that's my bad. Sorry. The next one is largo. Yeah. Largo, largo. Remember the R sound in Spanish? Rrr. Largo. It's like you're purring. Oh, by the way, yeah. ISOKS says Feliz Dia de San Valentin. Happy Valentine's Day. I wanted to talk about, love and all of that in Spanish, words, vocabulary, verbs, and so on. But I was like, I have already many lessons about that. Let's do something different, right? So it's just something simple, nothing complicated. But yeah, thank you, KS. Feliz Dia de San Valentin para ti también. Okay, largo means long. Okay, long. Largo. Largo, long. And I am having the letter A in brackets because it can be feminine. Larga. Okay, largo, larga. So if I say long sleeve, la manga larga. Manga, just like manga, the cartoons from Japan, I believe. Manga. It's the same. I think it's the same spelling too, but in Spanish, it means sleeve. Manga. Manga larga. So that's why you can have feminine larga, masculine largo. El camino largo. The long road. La manga larga. Long sleeve or the long sleeve. Okay? So remember that. Largo, larga. That means long. Corto is the opposite. It can also be feminine. Corto, masculine. Corta, feminine. So corto means short. So that's very easy. Largo, corto. Long, short. And obviously, they can be feminine as well. So far, so good. So good so far. Okay. The next one is verdadero. Verdadero. Verdadero means true. When something is true. Verdadero. Verdadero. It can also be feminine. Verdadera. Verdadera. It's crazy because we have two different R sounds here. Verdadero. Okay, so the first R sound is very strong and the second one is a little softer. Verdadero. So one interesting word that you can use to practice those two sounds is the word raro, weird. So I'm just gonna put it here so you know the spelling. Oops, not there. Just let me sorry. Raro, the spelling it's not that difficult. Just one sec. Okay. Raro. If you say that word over and over, that will help you practice those two pronunciations. You can see it here, the word raro. So this, if you say it over and over, raro, 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 it's gonna, it seems a bit difficult, but it's a great word to practice the two different R sounds in Spanish. The one that is strong and the one that is a bit less strong. Raro, 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 raro. So if you say that over and over, yeah, it's a good practice for sure. It's good practice. Raro means weird, by the way. So this word verdadero has those two R sounds, and that means true. Verdadero, verdadera. Okay? Now, what's the opposite of verdadero? Verdadero, falso. Falso, falso, falsa. Okay? Falso means false. So this one is very similar to the English word false. Falso, falso, falsa. So it's, yeah, very interesting word because it also means fake. So falso can mean fake and false. Okay? Verdadero, falso. True, false. Hello, Lee Nicole. Thank you for these free Spanish lessons. Queen. Thank you. Do you have any more tips to become fluent other than YouTube? Love your videos. Like a different application to learn Spanish? Duolingo is good. I mean, I'm not sponsored by any app or anything like that, or Duolingo. Duolingo is good, but I tried to use it to learn French and Italian. And it's good to learn words, but I don't know if it's good to learn something else more than that, you know? I don't know. It's just, Duolingo is fine if you want to learn vocabulary. You can also watch a bunch of Netflix shows in Spanish. You can change the language sometimes, so that helps a lot. I don't know, like read books in Spanish. Music helps a lot. And YouTube has a lot of, well, not YouTube, I mean Google has a lot of, if you Google anything, you can find pretty much anything you want to learn. But yeah. And also, if you get a chance, just find someone you can learn Spanish with, maybe a Spanish speaker. That helps a lot. Also, I have community Spanish on Discord. It's not YouTube, so it's different. And there you can practice Spanish. You can ask anything about Spanish. Obviously, you can use English as well if you need to communicate, of course. And check that out. It's free. So if you want to be part of that community, you can find the link in the video description down below. Just please read the instructions, not the instructions. Read the rules before joining that community, okay? It's very important. Okay, excellent. Thank you so much, Nicole. Lee Nicole. Okay, the next one, guys. The next one is activo. Activo. Remember, the V sound is the same as the letter B as in bell in English. So don't worry about that. I always say this because I get comments from people saying, "Oh, the V sound, why is it different?" It's like because it doesn't exist in Spanish. Remember, Spanish is not the same as English. It's completely different. So that's something good that it's the same sound, I believe. That's something good. So activo, activo, activa. What does this mean? Active. So they look almost the same, those two words. So that's good. Activo, masculine. Activa, feminine. What's the opposite? Perezoso, perezoso, perezoso. Also, the letter Z in Spanish is the same as the sound is the same as the sound of S. Perezoso. So it's pretty much the same sound. S and Z, same sound. Perezoso, perezoso, perezosa, feminine, and that means lazy. Okay, active, lazy, activo, perezoso, activa, perezosa. Okay, of course, there's like different ways to say the same thing in Spanish. So if you think, oh, maybe active could be more like maybe energetic. There's also a word for that in Spanish, energético, lleno de energía. Okay, so obviously I'm giving you one option, right? But just as in English, there's different ways to say the same thing. So if you have any questions, please just let me know. Lleno de energía, activo, enérgico. Enérgico means something else. I was just checking here my list and see the synonyms, but enérgico is something else. Yeah, this website is wrong. But anyways, lleno de energía. Activo means active. Perezoso means lazy. Okay, so that is activo, and the opposite is perezoso. Hello, Christopher, Michael. Estoy tarde. Buenas. Welcome. No, you're good. You're good. We're just starting. So it's all good. It's all good. The next one. Todo. Todo means everything. Okay. I like this word because it's short. Todo. Todo means everything or all. Okay. It can also have a feminine toda. So it can also be toda. Toda means the same thing, but feminine, right? Todo, toda. For example, I can say quiero todas. It can also be plural. Todas las naranjas. I want all the oranges. Okay. Todas. Todas is plural and feminine because I'm saying naranjas. Naranjas is plural. So just remember that you can. So if I'm saying, I'm just going to put it here because I'm pretty sure you want to see that, not just me saying it. Quiero. Just let me decrease the size. Quiero todas las naranjas. Oops. Naranjas. Quiero todas las naranjas. Okay? So that means I want all the oranges, right? So todo means everything or all as well. You can also say quiero todo. I want everything. Okay? Quiero todo. So it's a very, very good word to learn. The opposite is nada. Nada is feminine and masculine. It doesn't have a grammatical gender, and that means nothing. Okay? So you can say no tengo nada. No tengo nada. I don't have. Oh, it's pretty much you're saying I don't have nothing. That's the literal translation. But in English, it's like saying I have nothing. Okay? So usually when you use nada, you use it with the word no. No tengo nada. So you usually have this and this together in a sentence. But yeah, it's an interesting word for sure. Nada means nothing. Todo, nada. Todo, everything. Nada, nothing. Remember, nada doesn't have a grammatical gender. Todo has a feminine version. Todo, toda. Todo, toda. Toda, todo. Todo, toda. And this one cannot be plural. This one cannot be plural. Nada stays like nada. Nada doesn't change. Whereas todo can be plural as well. Okay, just keep that in mind because it's important to remember that. Now, the next one. Hello, Renee. Flojo. Flojo, just as I said before, there's like obviously synonyms of these words. So I'm just telling you one of them, but flojo can also mean lazy. Okay, perezoso, flojo, lazy. So they mean the same thing. Thank you for sharing. I believe perezoso is used mostly in Spain, but it's also known in Latin America. Flojo, I believe, is mostly used in Latin America, but Spaniards also know about that word, so don't worry about that. Now the next one, guys. Cerca. Cerca means close. When something is close. Cerca. So the opposite is lejos. Lejos, cerca. Lejos, cerca. So that's far. Cerca stays as it is. It doesn't change. It cannot be feminine, masculine, or plural. So cerca is cerca, period. Lejos is the same. Lejos stays lejos. It doesn't change. Cerca, lejos. Close, far. Okay, so that's a good one. That's a good one. It doesn't change. They don't change, so that's good. I like that. Ancho. Ancho. Ancho means wide. Okay. Ancho can be feminine, ancha. It can also be plural. Anchos, anchas. Okay. And that means wide. El camino ancho. El camino. Oh my God, sorry. El camino ancho. The wide road. Okay. The opposite, guys, you know what it is, narrow. But how do you say it in Spanish? Estrecho. Estrecho, estrecha. Narrow. Okay. El camino estrecho. The narrow road. So el camino estrecho, the narrow road. It can also be plural. Okay. It can be plural. It can be feminine and masculine. Okay. You can have los caminos estrechos, the narrow roads. Okay. Or you can have las calles anchas, right? So that is the wide streets. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty cool. You can have different, it depends on, the noun. Calles is the noun. Is it masculine, feminine? It's feminine. It's plural. Okay. So that's why you need anchas. If I said la calle ancha, that's singular. The wide street. Okay, so remember to match the grammatical gender and the quantity, the amount. Is it plural, singular? That's what you gotta do. Okay, the next one, guys, is alto or alta. Also can be plural. Altos, altas. That means tall. Tall or high. Okay? Tall or high. And we have the opposite, bajo, baja. Bajo, baja. That means short. Okay? Short. So if someone is tall, you can say él es alto, he's tall, or ella es alta. She's tall. And the opposite is baja. Ella es baja. Or él es, él es bajo. Okay? He's short. So, yeah, that's how this works. We also have gordo, gordo, gorda. Okay? That means fat. I mean, the word exists, right? So just be careful how to use it because, you can offend people. They can get, angry. Gordo, gorda. Some people use this word as like a term of endearment, but just use it with caution, this word. The next one is the opposite is delgado, delgada. Delgado, delgada. Gordo, gorda, delgado, delgada. Thin, okay? Thin. I don't know why I have a comma there. Thin, delgado, thin, delgada, same thing. Thin. Excellent. Hay un área en Miami llamada Naranja. I didn't know that. Thanks for sharing, KS. That's pretty cool. Christopher says, soy ancho. Ancho. Okay. Ancho is not used to describe people. It's mostly to describe places or things. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Thanks for sharing, Christopher. Now the next one, listo, listo, lista. Listo, lista. Listo means smart. Okay. It can also mean, are you ready? So if you tell someone, ¿estás listo? Are you ready? So I'm just gonna put it here. I'm gonna have it here so you can see it. This phrase is very commonly used. ¿Estás listo? Obviously, we need the upside down. Oops, where is it? Here. ¿Estás listo? Are you ready? And you can also say, ¿estás lista? That's if you are talking to a female, or if you're asking this to a female, then you can say, ¿estás lista? Are you ready? Okay. This is the masculine form. ¿Estás listo? Are you ready? And it can also be ¿están listos? If you're talking to a group of people, ¿están listos? Are you ready? Right? Same. ¿Están listas? This is if you're talking to a group of, women or girls. ¿Están listas? Okay. Are you ready? Very interesting. But anyways, listo can mean smart as well. Eres listo. Eres listo. Eres listo. You're smart. Eres lista. You're smart. The first one is masculine. The second one, feminine. You're smart. And the opposite is, well, another word that you gotta be careful with. These two actually. Tonto, tonto, or bobo. Okay? That means dumb. It can also be used for things. Eso es tonto. That's dumb, right? Tonto, bobo means dumb. And it can also be, these words can be feminine. Tonta, boba. It also means dumb. Okay? Sometimes Spanish speakers use these two words to, among friends, just to be, they're joking around. They they're comfortable with them, so they can say those things, you know, be playful and whatnot. But just be careful how to use these two words because they can also be very offensive. Okay. Inteligente means intelligent. Okay, yes, that's a good point. Listo is more like smart. You know, you're smart. You're smart. Even though they're very similar, those two words, intelligent, inteligente is, you know, the literal translation of intelligent is inteligente. Listo means smart. Okay, excellent. The next one, izquierda. Izquierda means left. Okay, and derecho or derecha means right. If you're talking about, you know, sides, you know, left, right, you can use izquierda, izquierda, derecha. Those are sides. But it's very tricky because izquierda can also mean left, as in left-handed. Well, you can use that term as well. Actually, for that, there is a better term. Zurdo. Zurdo is left-handed in Spanish. Izquierda is left. Derecho or derecha is right. Derecho can also mean straight. It's very, very, very tricky. Let me give you more examples. For example, escribo con la mano izquierda. Oops, too big. Escribo con la mano izquierda. This means I write with my left hand. Mano izquierda. Okay, left hand. But you can also say da vuelta a la izquierda. Turn left. Okay, da vuelta a la izquierda. Turn left. Or you can say el lado izquierdo. El lado izquierdo. So this is masculine, and that's because lado is masculine. El lado izquierdo. Okay, so izquierdo can be, or izquierda can be masculine as well. Izquierdo, izquierda. Okay, depends on, you know, the situation. And derecho can also mean, well, it means right because that's the opposite of izquierda. But it can also mean straight. For example, you can say vaya derecho. Go straight. Vaya derecho. So it's very tricky. Or you can say de vuelta a la derecha. Turn right. Okay? De vuelta a la derecha. Turn right. So it depends on the situation. It depends on what you want to say. But izquierda, derecha, I would say derecha. Just the same as izquierda. Izquierda, derecha. Left, right. Okay, so if you just want to say left or right, you need to say izquierda or derecha. Okay, so in that situation, when you just want to say left or right, they're feminine. Okay, but they can be masculine in certain situations. Izquierdo, derecho. Okay. Interesting, isn't it? Do you have any questions? How do you say to your right or left? To your right, Okay, so that's something interesting. So you can say it a tu izquierda. A tu izquierda. Okay, so just pointing out, you know, on your left or on your right or to your right, to your left. Okay, a tu izquierda, or a tu, that's to your left, and a tu derecha, to your right. Okay, so great question. That's how you say it. Remember, if you just want to say left, izquierda. If you just want to say right, derecha. Okay? Feminine. Now, the next one is temprano. Temprano. That means early. Temprano. It can also be, you know, feminine. Temprana. Temprano. Temprana. Early. The opposite is tarde. Tarde is tarde. It doesn't change. It doesn't have plural nor grammatical gender. Temprano is can be masculine and feminine. Okay? And it usually stays singular as well. Tarde means late. Temprano, tarde. Tarde. It can also mean, tarde can also mean afternoon. Okay? But it can also mean late. Llegaste tarde. Okay? You can say llegaste tarde. You are late. Llegaste tarde. Or llegaste temprano. You're early. So that's the opposite. Okay? So it's very crazy, but it's interesting for sure. Now, the next one, actually, let me just double check something. Yeah, never mind. Sorry. It's all good. It's all good. Now, the next one, guys, is brillante. Brillante. You know what that means? Do you know what that means? It means bright. Brillante. La pantalla es brillante. The screen is bright. Okay? Or I'm just saying mate. Mate means not dull. It means, let me just, it's like matte kind of situation. So if you're talking about, I think it would be better if I put shiny. Shiny, when something is shiny, but it also means bright, brillante. But brillante also means shiny. So if you want to say that something is matte, like, you know, that has no shine, you can say mate. Okay, just I want to check something really quickly. That is the spelling. I was like, what's this matte spelling? I forget for a second. But brillante, shiny, mate, matte. Okay, when something doesn't have any shine. Brillante can also mean, and as I said before, can also mean bright. Okay, so that is, and also brilliant. As I said before, some words have different meanings, but today we're just talking about, you know, opposites, right? Brillante, shiny, mate, matte. Excellent. So we have, I think, 14 Is it 14 or 13? Something like that. But we learned these, all of these words. So I'm just going to repeat all of them really quickly without the meaning, because we already talked about that, and then we will continue. Sí, no. Largo, corto. Verdadero, falso. Activo, perezoso. Todo, nada. Cerca, lejos. Ancho, estrecho. Alto, bajo. Gordo, delgado. Listo, tonto or bobo. Izquierda, derecha. Temprano, tarde. Brillante, mate. Okay? Mate is also a famous tea in Argentina, by the way. Man, so many meanings. Okay. Now the next one, guys. The next set is moderno. Moderno, moderna. Okay, so it can be feminine as well, and that means modern. Modern. Okay, very similar. You just need to add a vowel at the end, either O or A. Moderno, moderna, modern. And we have antiguo. Antiguo, antigua. That means ancient, or, you know, something old. Antiguo, antigua. So moderno, antiguo. Moderna, antigua. So you can say something like la casa antigua. So you're pretty much saying the ancient house or the old house. Okay, so a house that has some history, you know, that has this old look. I don't know how old, but it can be ancient. Okay, or la casa moderna. La casa moderna, modern house, right? So we have opposites here. Moderno, antiguo. And obviously, la casa is feminine. That's why I'm using moderna. Okay? La casa, feminine. Moderna. We need moderna there. Okay? The next one. Presente. Presente. Presente means present, as in time. Present. Okay? Right now. And pasado. Pasado. So past. Something that already passed. It can also mean something in or something out. You know, when, you know, humans, we have trends and whatnot. So it could be something modern, presente as well. But if we're talking about time, it's present, you know, presente, pasado, past. Presente stays the same. It doesn't change. Pasado can be feminine. Pasada. Okay? Mi vida pasada. So that can mean, you know, that means my past life. Okay, so that is the translation here. Mi vida pasada, my past life, right? Mi vida presente. So you're talking about you're technically saying my present life right now, my life right now. So you're talking about presente, pasado. Obviously, we have future as well, futuro, if you want to add it to this whole list. But presente, pasado sound a little opposite, right? For example, people live in the past, right? They're always thinking about the past. You can say something like, Vivo en el pasado. And this is just an expression that means that you just live in the past. Like you don't change your ways, right? You live the same way you used to live, your same habits and whatnot, forever, pretty much. Or, from even right now, you live in the past. You have old customs and whatnot. So that's just an expression. Or you can say vivo en el presente. I live now, the present. You're living every moment, right? So it's another cool expression to say that you live in the moment, and that's very cool. But yeah, presente, pasado. It's a very interesting, those two are very interesting words. Okay, the next one, guys. Dentro. 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 Dentro means in. Literally, when you have something in a bag or whatever, dentro. Okay? Fuera, out. Okay? It can also mean, if you're going out, voy afuera, I'm going out. Dentro, estoy dentro de la casa. So a quick example, you can also say adentro or dentro, same thing, dentro de la casa. I am in the house, estoy dentro de la casa. Or you can say estoy fuera or afuera de la casa. So it's very interesting because we have adentro or dentro, afuera or fuera, and they pretty much mean the same. Dentro, adentro mean in, fuera, afuera mean out. Okay? Now, the next one, guys. Remember, you can ask any questions if you have any related to what we're learning. Afilado. Afilado. What does this mean? Afilado or afilada. That means sharp. When something is sharp, like for example, if we're talking about a knife, a sharp knife, un cuchillo afilado. Okay? El cuchillo, that means knife, afilado, the sharp knife. El cuchillo afilado. What's the opposite? Desafilado or desafilada. And that means dull. When you need, it's very dangerous to use a dull knife. You can cut yourself really easily. It's kind of like crazy. It doesn't make much sense, but yeah, it happens, right? El cuchillo desafilado, the dull knife. You can also say el cuchillo está desafilado, the knife is dull. Or el cuchillo está afilado, the knife is sharp. Okay? The next one, guys. Rico. Rico can mean delicious, but it can also mean rich. When someone has a lot of money. Rico, rica. Also, if you call someone rico or rica, you can also be saying something like, you're really appealing to me physically, but that is, it depends on the situation, of course. Pobre is the opposite, pobre, and that means poor. And pobre can also be used if you're talking about services. For example, a poor service, you didn't like some experience because the poor service, el servicio pobre, right? Or if you're talking about rico, you cannot use it for experiences. So rico is, well, depends. If you eat a delicious cake, you can say el pastel estuvo rico. The cake was delicious, But right now we're talking about money, right? So you can say las personas ricas. That doesn't mean that the delicious people, although, you know, it sounds like it, but it's not. You're just saying the rich people, okay? Las personas ricas or las personas pobres. So pobre stays the same, but it can also be plural. Like in this situation, we're talking about people. That's plural. Therefore, you need the word pobres, okay? But it doesn't have a grammatical gender, so that's good. Rico can be feminine, masculine, and also plural. Ay, qué rico. Qué rico. Yeah, that's a good expression. And it can mean a lot of things. Let me tell you, it can mean it's tasty or it's just a very satisfying situation. It depends. It depends again. It depends what you're trying to say or the situation. Thanks for sharing, Mr. Stephen. Okay, the next one. Oops, I wanted to do this. Barato. Barato. Barato means cheap. Okay. Barato, barata. Also plural. It can also be plural. Caro. Caro. Expensive. Barato. Sorry. Barato, caro. Barata, cara. Okay. So cheap, expensive. You can say los carros baratos, the cheap cars or cheap cars. And then ... are not good or are great or whatever. But you can have it plural and in this situation also masculine. Or you can say la comida cara, the expensive food or expensive food, okay? So cara, we're using cara because comida is feminine. So that's why we need cara, not caro. So that means the expensive food. Barato, caro. Excellent. The next one. Rápido or rápida. That means fast. Or lento, lenta. That means slow. Rápido, lento. Sorry. Rápido, lento. Rápida, lenta. So I could say ella es rápida. She's fast. Okay, she's fast. Or ella es lenta. She is slow. Okay, maybe she's, I don't know, making some food and she's taking forever. Or maybe she is trying to do something and she doesn't know how to do it, so she can be a little slow. So ella es lenta, rápida. Okay. Or you can say el servicio es rápido. The service is fast. So you're getting some service, I don't know, at a restaurant or any business, and they're fast. So el servicio es rápido. That's good. El servicio es lento. Oops, what was that? Lento. The service was slow. Okay. Now, the next one, saludable. Saludable, that means well or healthy. It means more healthy than well, but you can say estoy saludable, I'm well, meaning I'm healthy, okay? No estoy saludable, I'm not well, as in not healthy, you know? Enfermo, that's the opposite, enfermo or enferma, and that means sick. Enfermo, enferma, sick. So you can say, me siento, I feel saludable. I feel healthy. You're pretty much saying, I feel healthy. Or you can say, me siento enfermo or enferma. Let's go with enferma. Me siento enferma. I feel sick. You know, I feel unwell. Yeah. So, saludable, enfermo. Interesting. The next one. Honesto. Honesto means honest. The opposite. Deshonesto or deshonesta, dishonest. Okay? Honesta, honesto, deshonesto, deshonesta, dishonest, honest, dishonest. So it's very, very easy. Remember, the H sound in Spanish is mute, no sound. So it's important to have it if you are, you know, if it's written, but if you're talking, you don't have to say honesto or deshonesto, like, because I know in English the H sound has like a h sound, hello, right? In Spanish we don't have that. The letter H is mute. Okay. Cerca, cerca, near, lejos, fast. I believe I already talked about this one. Yeah, cerca, lejos. I repeated one. Sorry about that. But cerca, lejos, near, far. Ligero, ligero, ligera, light. Pesado, pesada, heavy, okay? Ligero, pesado, light, heavy. Can also be feminine and plural. Of course, most words here that can be feminine can also be plural. Just letting you know. Ligero, ligera, ligeros, ligeras, pesado, pesada, pesados, pesadas. Okay? La bolsa es ligera. You can also say está ligera. Let's go with esto. The bag is light. It's not heavy. Okay? Or la bolsa es pesada. The bag is heavy. Okay? So ligero, ligera. I mean, ligero, pesado, ligera, pesada. Excellent. The next one. Difícil. Difícil means difficult. And the opposite is fácil. Difícil, fácil. Fácil means easy. Okay? Difícil, fácil. And they don't change. They stay the same, but they can be plural. If they're plural, then you have to add not an S. You add the letter E and the letter S. Difíciles, difíciles, fáciles, fáciles. Okay, so don't forget about that. It's very important. Because usually if you have an adjective that ends in a consonant, you have to add the letter E and then letter S if it's neutral, if it doesn't have a grammatical gender. But if the word has some grammatical gender, well, it's not gonna end in consonant. That's it. That's it. So remember that. Difícil, fácil. Excellent. The next one. Duro, dura. Duro, dura. Duro. I believe there's a song, I don't know from where, but Gasolina. I don't know if you know about this song. If you listen to Spanish songs, there is a song called Gasolina. It means, gasoline. They say a lot, duro, duro, duro. I just remember that. But duro means hard. Maybe hard dancing? I don't even know. Duro, dura, duro, masculine, dura, feminine. Suave is the opposite. Suave. Suave, soft. I know some people say suave in English, but it's suave. Suave. Okay? Suave, soft. Duro, suave. Suave stays the same. It can be plural, suaves, but it doesn't change, it doesn't have a grammatical gender. It's not feminine or masculine. Okay, duro, dura. Also, duro, dura can be plural, by the way. Okay, let's see if we have one more. Yeah, subir. Subir means to go up. Sube las escaleras. Just go upstairs. Pretty much. But that's how you say it in Spanish. Sube las escaleras. Or bajar means to go down. Okay? So that's very interesting. If I say, just let me quickly do this. Let's move this here. I know you cannot see that, but let me do this. Ha ha ha. Okay. So I could say, sube las escaleras. Go upstairs. Subir las escaleras means to go upstairs, by the way. Or baja las escaleras, go downstairs. I know escaleras, it sounds like it's completely different to, going up, going down, but essentially you're going upstairs or going downstairs, right? So escaleras means stairs. Voy a subir. I'm going up. Voy a bajar. I'm going down. Okay? So very, very good. Subir, bajar. Excellent. So let me just put this back. Okay. So really quickly, I'm going to read the whole thing. No meaning because we talked about that. Just so you can, practice your pronunciation with me. And just for you to remember the terms, the pronunciation. Okay. Moderno, antiguo. Presente, pasado. Dentro, fuera. Afilado, desafilado. Rico, pobre. Barato, caro. Rápido, lento. Saludable, enfermo. Honesto, deshonesto. Cerca, lejos. Ligero, pesado. Difícil, fácil. Duro, suave. Subir, bajar. Okay, so that was the second set. We have two more. Man, oh man, I need water. Daddy Yankee, yes, sings duro. Yes. I think you're right, KS. Thank you for sharing. Okay, excellent. Now the next ones. The next terms, guys. Okay. Let's see what we have. We have simpático. Simpático means pleasant. The opposite is antipático. And that means unpleasant. Okay. Simpático, antipático. And this is mostly to describe a person. Okay. Eres simpático. You're saying like you're pleasant. Eres antipático, you're unpleasant. Okay? So yeah, that's some interesting term for sure. Gracioso. By the way, guys, gracioso and simpático can be also simpática. Can be feminine as well, and plural. Gracioso, graciosa as well, and that means funny. When someone is funny, or when something is funny as well. Gracioso, graciosa. Molesto, also molesta. And that's the opposite, and it means annoying. Okay, annoying. So if someone says, eres gracioso, you're funny. Eres gracioso, you're funny. Or eres molesto, you are annoying. Okay. So interesting terms. The term molesto, please use it with caution. People can get, angry, upset. Divertido, divertido means fun. The opposite is serio, serious, so fun, serious. This is again, if you're describing a person, eres divertido, you're fun. Eres serio, you're, serious. You don't talk much, or you're always like not smiling or whatever. So divertido, serio. That's when describing someone. Also, divertido can be feminine. Can be divertida. Eres divertida. Okay. Divertida, you're fun. And also, I don't know what happened here, that the letter A disappeared on me. But serio, seria. Okay. Serio, seria. You're, if you say eres seria, you're serious, you're quiet, you're not doing much, right? There's nothing wrong with that. People can be serious. Also, serio as in you're not joking around, right? You're serious. Eres, eres serio. You're not joking around, for sure. So that's an interesting term for sure. Divertido can also be a moment, if you're having fun. Es divertido, it's fun. Es divertido, if you're talking about a moment. Es also molesto. Es divertido. It's fun. Es divertido. If you say es serio, you can also, it sounds a bit incomplete, but you can say something like, el problema es serio. Okay, so it's a serious problem. Okay, so it can be also things, but you can use these terms to describe people. The next one, ganar. Ganar, to win. This is a verb. Ganar. Perder. Perder, to lose. Ganar, perder. Yo gané, yo perdí. Okay, it depends what you want to say. Yo gané la lotería. I won the lotto, or the lottery, right? Or yo perdí la apuesta. I lost the bet, right? So depends what you want to say, once again. But also perder means, if you lose something, as in you forgot where you put something, right? Perdí la billetera. I lost my wallet, right? So that's also another function of the word or the verb perder. But when talking about opposites, ganar, perder. Okay, to win, to lose. The next one, despierto. Despierto means awake. Despierto. Dormido, asleep. Okay, and it can be feminine as well. So despierto, despierta, or dormido, dormida. Okay, dormido, dormida, asleep. Awake, asleep. Despierto, dormido. The next one, abierto, open. Okay, abierto, open. Cerrado, closed. Okay, so if you see outside, or you need to go somewhere, right, to a store, and you can see the sign abierto, that means open. Cerrado is the opposite, closed. Okay, abierto, cerrado. It can also mean open as in if you have a bag, the bag is open. La bolsa está abierta, or la bolsa está cerrada. Once again. La bolsa está abierta. The bag is open, or la bolsa está cerrada. So, remember, this can be feminine, abierto, abierta, cerrado, cerrada. La bolsa está cerrada. The bag is, closed. The next one, cubierto. Cubierto means covered. Descubierto means uncovered. Cubierto, descubierto. Covered, uncovered. It can also be feminine, cubierta, descubierta, and obviously plural as well. Covered, uncovered. Man, so many terms. Grande. Grande means big. Big. Oops, not hot. Big. Grande. Grande, big. It can also be plural. Grandes. Grande, singular. And also we have pequeño, small. We're talking about sizes. So if you say, you can say, quiero una pizza grande. I want a big pizza. Okay? Or quiero una pizza pequeña. That means I want a small pizza. Okay? La pizza, feminine. That's why we're using pequeña. Okay? Hello, Jorge. El Jorge. Hola a todos, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien, ¿cómo estás, Jorge? Espero que estés muy bien. Oh, man. Excellent. We're almost done, guys. We have a few more words. Caliente. Caliente means hot. Frío means cold. Caliente, frío. El café está caliente. El café está, está caliente. El café está caliente. The coffee is hot. El café está frío. Who likes cold coffee? I don't. No one. No one likes cold coffee. El café está frío. The coffee is cold. Excellent. Caliente, frío. The next one. Mucho. Mucho. A lot or much. Poco. Poco. Small. Or just a few. So if you're talking about portions, small portion could be, but poco is just a few or just a little. I don't know why I had that other meaning there, but this is more accurate. Poco, a few, or a little. A little, okay? Oh man, I don't have much space. Okay, I think you can see it there. Poco, poco, a few, a little. Also, you can, this one actually can be feminine as well. It can be feminine. So, poca, poca. Poca is feminine. Poco, poca. Mucho, also mucho, mucha can be feminine as well. So let's keep that in mind. What is going on? Sorry, mucha. Okay. So for example, I could say something like, tengo mucha hambre. Tengo mucha hambre. I have, or I am very hungry. I know in English it's different, but this literally means I have a lot of hunger. Okay, so a lot of hunger, mucha hambre. That's how you say it. Or you can say, tengo mucho dinero. Who says that? Only rich people. But this means I have a lot of money. Or you can say tengo poco dinero. Just I have a little money. Okay, a little money. Or you can also say quiero poco. Quiero un poco. I want a little bit of something, right? If you're talking about food, you just want a little portion of whatever food. Quiero un poco. Okay, I want a little, just a little. Or you can say tengo pocas cosas. Tengo pocas cosas. And this means I have a few things. Tengo pocas cosas. In this situation, we're putting this before the noun. That's how it works when using poco, poca. You usually put it before the noun. Tengo pocas cosas. Cosas, plural and feminine. That's why we're using pocas. Okay? Pocas. Interesting. Interesting. Now the next one. Inicio. Inicio means start or beginning. Okay? Fin. Fin means end. Okay? Inicio, fin. Start, end. Also beginning. Inicio means beginning as well. Correcto. Correcto. Right. Incorrecto. Wrong. Okay? Correcto, incorrecto. Right, wrong. This is if you're asking a question and the person says the wrong answer, you can say, or a wrong answer, you can say incorrecto. So pretty much you're saying wrong, right? Correcto, if the person answers the question right or correctly, you can say correcto, right. Correcto, incorrecto. By the way, inicio can be not feminine, sorry, plural. Inicios, but not feminine. Fin is can be plural, but usually it's used only singular, and it's also, it stays the same. It just doesn't have a grammatical gender. Okay. For example, I could say, I'm gonna put it here again. I could say with inicio and fin, I can say el inicio de la película. So it's like saying the beginning of the movie, okay? Obviously you can add more to this, but el inicio de la película, the beginning of the movie, okay? El inicio de, or you can say, me gustó el inicio del libro. You know, I liked the beginning of the book. In this case, you're talking about a book. When talking about fin, no, you can even say no me gustó el fin de la película. I didn't like the end of the movie. Okay, the ending, pretty much. But you're talking about the end of the movie. That's the literal translation, the end of the movie, right? So inicio, fin, beginning, end, or start, end. Okay. So it's very interesting, those two words. Okay, let's continue. What's going on? What's going on? I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Let's continue. We're almost done, guys. The next one. If you want me to tell you specific, if you want more examples, you know, using specific terms, please let me know. And we can do that for sure. Exacto. Exacto means exact or precise, something precise. And impreciso, inaccurate. Okay. You can also use preciso. Preciso, it's the same thing. Precise, impreciso, inaccurate. But also exacto. Exacto is another common word to say exact, something precise, something that is just, you know what it is. Impreciso is inaccurate. You don't know exactly what's going on, you know, like it could be about anything really, about any information that you don't have it all. You don't understand all because you don't have enough information. So exacto, exact, impreciso, inaccurate. Okay. Okay, the next one, guys. Vacío. Vacío means empty. Vacío, something empty. Lleno. Lleno is the opposite and it means full. Okay. Excellent. Okay, Jorge. You have to go to work? Is that an example, or you have to go to work? Okay, give us more terms. I am working on it. I am working on it. So yeah, we're learning, I don't know how many already, but we're gonna learn 50. By the way, I'm gonna add one to the list because I repeated one. So really quickly, I'm gonna try to find one at the end, 2 more terms to complete the 50 opposites, the opposite words. Okay, so before we go to the last set of words, I'm just gonna repeat all these words that we just talked about, just the pronunciation. You know already the meanings, so just again, so you can practice your pronunciation. You can repeat with me if you want. Simpático, antipático, gracioso, molesto, divertido, serio, ganar, perder, despierto, dormido, abierto, cerrado, cubierto, descubierto, grande, pequeño, caliente, frío, mucho, poco, inicio, fin, correcto, incorrecto, exacto, impreciso, vacío, lleno. Okay? Excellent. Now, the next one, the last set. Whew. Okay. Thanks for sharing, El Jorge. Okay. The next one, the next term, guys. Just one sec, I need some water. Oops. Okay. Let's see. We have, oops, it's right here. Vivo. Vivo, viva means alive. The opposite, muerto, muerta. Dead. Okay? Vivo, muerto. Viva, muerta. Okay? So it's very clear. It's very clear what it means. Can be feminine. It can also be plural, of course. For example, I could say, la planta está viva. The plant is alive, meaning it's not dead, you know. La planta está viva. The plant is alive and growing. I just added that last part. Or you can say, la planta está muerta. La planta está muerta. The plant is dead. What happened to it? Maybe you forgot to water the poor plant. So, la planta está muerta. The plant is dead. Okay, so that's one simple example. The next one. Limpio, limpio, clean, sucio, dirty. Limpia as well, feminine. Limpia, sucia. Okay, so a quick example. La casa está limpia. La casa está limpia. The house is clean. That's awesome. Or la casa está sucia. The house is dirty, right? You have to clean up, you know, the mess. La casa está sucia. The house is dirty. You know why I'm saying sucia, right? Because casa is feminine. Okay. The next one. Emocionante. Emocionante means exciting. Something exciting. Emocionante. And it doesn't change. The only thing you can do is, if you have to, I mean, you probably need to, if you have a plural noun, then you need to add the letter S to this word, emocionantes, okay? So that means exciting. Aburrido is the opposite, or aburrida. It can be feminine, also plural, aburridos, aburridas, and that means boring. Emocionante, aburrido, exciting, boring. Más, más. Más means more. What's the opposite? Menos. That means less. Más, menos. So if you say to someone, más, por favor, that means more, please. If you are eating something and you want, the person is saying, would you like more? ¿Te gustaría más? You can say más, por favor, or just sí, right? But más, por favor means more, please. Or menos, that means less, please. Menos, por favor, less, please. So very easy. They stay the same. Más stays just the same. Más. There's no masculine, feminine, or plural. Más is más. And that means more. Menos stays the same. Doesn't have a grammatical gender. And also no plural. Menos means less. That's it. They stay the same. The next one. Organizado means organized. Organizado. Desorganizado. Desorganizado. That's a long word. That means disorganized. Okay. Organizada, feminine. Desorganizada, feminine as well. It can also be plural. And yeah, organized, disorganized. The next one, ordenado, very similar to organized. Tidy, ordenado, tidy, or ordenada, ordenada. Desordenado or desordenada, that means messy. Ordenado, desordenado. Okay. Hacia adelante. Hacia adelante means forward. Forward. That's a phrase. Hacia adelante. Forward. Hacia atrás. Backward. Or backwards. Not backwards. Just moving. It's similar to saying back up. To back up. Okay. Or yeah, backward. Okay. So for example, this one looks like you need an example. Vamos hacia adelante. We are going forward. Okay? Vamos hacia adelante. We are going forward. Vamos hacia atrás. We are moving backwards, or it's like you're just backing up pretty much. That's, you're just moving, yeah, you're just pretty much backing up. So for going forward, and the opposite of going forward is backward. Or going backwards. But pretty much you're just moving, back. You're just moving back. You're backing up. Hacia adelante, just forward. Okay. That's what I mean. You know what I mean, right? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So backwards as well, or back, hacia atrás. Okay? That's what it means. The next one, guys. Reparado or reparada means fixed. Roto, rota, broken. And we're talking about, yeah, if I don't know, computer is broken, la computadora está, there's also another good term for this, descompuesto. Just gonna put it like that, descompuesto. That's specifically for machines or electronics that are not working. Roto is more like if something is, like, I don't know, if you have a dress and the dress is it tear. It has a tear. I always get very, can also be broken, but hang on. Yeah, when something is broken, roto, rota, descompuesto is more for electronics and all of that. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing with electronics when you're talking about that. But descompuesto, roto, rota means technically broken, and reparado is when you fix that. Okay? I'm just trying to find a quick example to show you how to use either. Really quickly, I'm going to give you some example, and we're pretty much done. I just need to find one more term for you guys because one was repeated. Okay, for example, Oh yeah. If you say, for example, that el vestido está roto, that means that the dress has a hole or something like that. So you cannot, it's not, you need to fix it. You need to fix the dress, right? And that's how, I mean, you can say that if it has a tear or if it has a hole or something, you need to fix that. You need to sew your dress or just get a new one, right? So roto is mostly for things like that, when something has a hole, where something is, I mean, you can also refer to a car as roto, a broken car, okay, roto, or descompuesto. Descompuesto is a very good term if you want to say that something is not working, like a computer, car, some electronic, and so on. Roto, it could also mean when something is when something is broken as literally into pieces, you know. It could be a plate, it could be a dress because it's missing a part or something like that. So it's very, very interesting how it works. But anyways, reparado, roto. Okay? So now the next one, and we're almost done here. That's it. I don't have more terms, but let me just find one for you, one more, because I repeated one. Okay, just really quickly. If you have any ideas, please let me know. Did I say nuevo? I don't think I talked about nuevo. No. Okay, let's do that one. Nuevo. Nuevo. Nuevo means new. That's the last one, guys. Nuevo, nueva. Chris Snow says, mi corazón está roto. Great example. Broken heart. Great example. Great example. Why did I do that? Hang on. Oh, no, yeah. Sorry. I just saw something here. Nueva. That means new, of course. New. And I'm just going to put this here, down here. Viejo. Or vieja, and that means old. Okay, so nuevo, viejo, nueva, vieja, new, old. Okay, and that would be it. You could say, obviously, you could say something like la computadora es nueva. The computer is new. Or la computadora es vieja. The computer is old. Okay? When talking about reparado or descompuesto or roto, this is very good. The example that Chris shared. Mi corazón. Remember, corazón is masculine. Mi corazón está roto. Okay? And that means my heart is broken. Okay? Obviously, well, can you fix a broken heart? You know, if we're talking about grammar here. Mi corazón está reparado. Reparado doesn't sound common. It doesn't sound like something people would say. But I would Mi corazón está roto is very commonly said when you have a broken heart, for sure. But also you could say something like, mi carro está descompuesto. Mi carro está descompuesto. That means my car is broken, is not working. Mi carro está reparado. My car is fixed. Okay? When talking about roto, el plato está roto. The plate is, broken. The dish or plate is broken. El plato está reparado. If you put it back together, you can do it, right? Reparado. I mean, it's not something people do. They just get another plate, but you can technically say that. If you have a one-of-a-kind plate, I don't know, you probably can fix it, right? So, el plato está reparado. The plate is fixed, right? So you can say that in Spanish without any problem. But yeah, we have these last set of words. I'm going to repeat the whole thing just for pronunciation. Well, you can say antiguo, that is Ahmed. The viejo is, nuevo viejo is good. It's correct. When you say antiguo, I actually have it here. Moderno, antiguo, modern, ancient. Okay? So let's remember that. It depends. If you have a very old lamp, you can call it la lámpara antigua. And it's like talking about, antiquities. I believe that's the term. When something is really old, ancient. But if you're talking about old, it could be old as in, if you're talking about phones, right? It could be old phone, but not like ancient phone, right? We're not talking about that. We're talking about old and new. Very, very simple. Nuevo, viejo. Period. Well, joven, it depends. Are you talking about people? Young, old, right? Could be joven, viejo. Obviously, viejo can be a very disrespectful word to refer to an old person. But we're just talking about new, old, as in things, right? A new phone. El teléfono nuevo. El teléfono viejo. Old phone, right? It depends. We're just talking about opposites in certain situations, of course. But joven, viejo also means, young or old. But that's with people, right? You're not gonna refer to a person as new. I mean, technically, yes, you can. If there's someone who's working there, working at a company, and that person is a new employee, then you can say el empleado nuevo, and you're still using new, right? Or el empleado viejo. Well, that's not really a term, an old employee. But nuevo viejo is a very opposite thing, and it's very commonly used in Spanish. It's all good, man. It's all good. Okay, let me just pronounce these last set of words, and please let me know if you have any questions, and that's gonna be it. Vivo, muerto. Limpio, sucio. Emocionante, aburrido. Más, menos. Organizado, desorganizado, ordenado, desordenado, hacia adelante, hacia atrás, reparado, descompuesto o roto, nuevo, viejo. Okay? So 50 opposite words total. We have a total of 100 words. Man, oh man. This was a long, long lesson, but I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know. Let me know if you have any questions. But remember that we have a Spanish community on Discord. You can find the link in the video description down below. It's a free community. Not a free community, but it's free to join the community. Just please read the rules before joining that community. Of course, it's very important. Also, let me tell you that there's a membership on this channel. If you like what I do, you can check that out. It's a very cheap membership, and you get some perks when getting it, and that supports this channel as well. I'm really tired, you can tell. And also, if you liked this lesson, please give it a like. That helps me a lot. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much, guys, for being here on the live chat, chatting with me, asking questions, and sharing examples. Thank you so much. Lindsay, gracias por no dejarnos solos esta noche. Te agradezco por pasar el día de San Valentín con nosotros. You're welcome, Lindsay. I mean, I know it can be a sad day for some people, but honestly, I just see it as any other day. It's just a day. Come on, we should celebrate every day ourselves. Just be happy, learn some Spanish. That's all. And we love each other, right? You need to love yourself. You need to be positive. Everything's good, and we're all good. So thank you, Lindsay, for your kind comment. Excellent. Chris, El Jorge, thank you. Buenas noches. Take care. Have a lovely evening, and I'll see you next time. Remember, I live stream every Tuesday around 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. If you don't want to miss out my streams, please just click on the bell notification icon and activate all the notifications so YouTube lets you know every time I live stream. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye. Adios.